I'm Matt Gross, the Frugal Traveler for the New York Times. It's my job to roam the world in search of cool hotels, luxurious meals, and life-changing experiences, and to prove that comfort doesn't have to cost a fortune. It's not just about how to travel, it's about why to travel.
Ah, Hawaii. So beautiful, so romantic, so relaxing, so expensive. Not an easy place to spend a week as the Frugal Traveler, especially with a companion along for the ride, my wife, Jean. But as exorbitant as Hawaii can be, we found bargains aplenty on the southern Kona coast of the Big Island. Like the Lucky Farm, an $80 a night bed and breakfast / eco-lodge. Our room was cozy and comfy. There were free beach towels and snorkel gear. And best of all, the B&B was a working farm.
The owner named this Pamakai farm because Pamakai means lucky in Hawaiian. And when she had the place blessed, they noticed there was a lot of tea plants, these tea tree plants all over the place. And the Hawaiians used that to ward away evil spirits. And so when he was doing the blessing, he told her, well, you have a lucky farm. And so she decided to name it that. This right here is a Cuban red cooking banana. This is all soft ground underneath, so I literally wait for them to fall down and I pick them up on the ground.
When we weren't picking fruit up off the ground, we were having it for breakfast. Along with good Kona coffee. Of course, we couldn't just stick around and eat fruit all day, so we spent much of our time at Pu'uhonua Ohonaunau, a traditional city of refuge just south of Lucky Farm. Parking is free after 4 p.m. Once, this was the home of Hawaii's royal chiefs, and a place for women, children, and the elderly to wait out times of war. Now, it's a place to cook up a cheap meal and watch the sunset over the Pacific.
We're making really easy food tonight. We got fish, mahi-mahi, and some tombo, which is a lesser kind of tuna. Should be pretty good there. Just letting these ears of corn soak before we throw them on the grill. Hopefully the tide won't come in and wash them away. It's good, right?
The next day, we were back at the refuge.
Hi, we are at southern end of Kealakekua Bay. Just doing a bit of snorkeling. Water is clear and warm. And there's all kinds of beautiful yellow fish, and black fish, and even a sea turtle down there. There's fish everywhere you look.
Gina and I spent hours and hours in these waters, following the creatures of the not-so-deep wherever they went. Occasionally, those creatures came a little too close. After a few days, we left the Big Island for Kauai, the oldest of the Hawaiian chain. This place was so green, and up on the north side, where we were staying, the highway shrank to these cute one-lane bridges.
So we have directions from our host, Mark Pearson, to go to the Blue Room. I guess a pool in a cave, a spring water pool in a cave. This is where all my nightmares from Lost start to live during the day. I don't know what sort of invisible monsters are going to come screaming out of the water here. Hopefully none. It's really creepy when you can't see the bottom. And you just put your face in and it's just completely, it's not black, it's just gray. It's just gray, as if there's just nothing in the world at all to look at. Not even the absence of light. Let's go to the beach.
Ka Beach was just a little farther down the road, at the very end of the highway. After the Blue Room, we needed simply to relax and enjoy the sunset. But Ka Beach is also the starting point of the Kalalau Trail, an 11-mile trek along the Napali Cliffs. We weren't quite going the full distance, just 4 miles to Hanakapiai Falls. Along the way, there were a million glorious vistas and some random encounters. Harold Hargrave here spent a week out in the wilderness.
Each part of the trail has its own significance.
What's the most significant to you?
To me, it's the beauty of seeing the ocean from high up. You know, to other people, it's being back in the valley, surrounded by the sounds of nature. You know, you can hear birds communicating from miles away, you know.
For us, it was a surprise discovery.
What'd you find?
Guava tree.
Is it ripe?
The hike was strenuous, but stunning. And at last, we reached the falls.
God, there's just tons of hair spilling off onto my head. I can't believe I'm sitting here. I can't believe I'm going to have to leave this tomorrow. For the New York Times, I'm Matt Gross, Frugal Traveler.